Hey there, Aquarius. It's Jen here. I'm doing your 2021 tarot reading. So I did a little bit of channeling first. And the main theme I got for you guys was I'm just laughing because I'm thinking I'm about to say something super positive. You'll probably have like the Tower card. No, I'm just kidding. And so I got luck, expansiveness, um, the first thing I got actually was Sagittarius will be significant. So that could be either a Sagittarius person in your life, or someone with a lot of Sag in their chart. The timing of Sagittarius could also be significant either from the past or into 2021. So that is end of November to around December 21st. So Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and that's luck and expansive and positive and adventurous. Your family may grow this year. So if it's not you having a child, someone in your family, you also may feel you lucked into something, that you got a lucky break, that you're where you are somewhere because of um, a stroke of luck. So you may be redecorating, I spelled that wrong, or remodeling. So for some of you, it could be a retail space or a rental space, but it may be your own space as well. And trying to pick out colors, I see you maybe even incorporating colors into your space, maybe making them a little more personal to you, whereas in the past you tended to play it safe with color. As you can see, my beige walls in the background. Which isn't like a Sag, but decorating is not my thing. You may be helping a Sag. Maybe a Sagittarius will reach out to you and ask for help, or maybe you find that you have a gift or a talent, or you may be studying it, or it interests you how to, space and color, but what's the word? Space, like balancing stuff out. I don't know what the word is for that. Do you know what I mean? Like there are ways to scale things like that. Um, you could also be picking out colors. This could be for a wedding, a party, branding, advertising, something about picking out, trying to pick colors. You're going to feel like you have lucky timing, perfect timing this year. Everything's going to come together. So maybe if there is a wedding or a party or a big anniversary, a big birthday, a big something people really wanted to do, but there's been a lot of anxiety around it due to COVID. It's as if everything's going to sort of end and come together at this perfect timing for something. The stars seemingly will align, and the star is your tarot card, Aquarius. Which brought to mind a Trevor Hall song called To Zion. He says, polish the mirror so we can see clearer. I think polishing the mirror is, can't remember who it is, but I think there's a book called Polish the Mirror, something like that. Seeing things very clearly, keeping things in perspective this year, and finding middle ground with people. I see you meeting someone halfway, so whether that's a compromise, or I also see, though, getting to see people, getting out, traveling, getting together. So you may want to see someone who lives a decent distance away, but you can meet halfway, right? I see ancestors around you and some sort of significance with that. So you may get something passed down, um, even if the person's alive. You may get an engagement ring, for example, or a ring. So even if you're not getting engaged, you may get someone's engagement ring, and that your mom or your dad may give you, and it was your great grandparents or something. Something will be handed down. Doesn't have to be jewelry, but I'm getting a really strong jewelry theme with you guys. I'm getting crystals, so it could be these types of crystals, but I also see you working with metals. So if you were to be making jewelry, right, you'd be working with the metals, but not just that, any kind of metals, crafts, doing a craft show, selling online, and even teaching how to do some of these crafty things. Maybe you want to put up a YouTube channel and teach people, because people, I always go to YouTube, honestly, when I'm like, oh, how do I do this? We instantly go to YouTube, and I've done so many things around the house and just in general using YouTube tutorials. So people would probably really appreciate that. What else? The name Heather may be significant. Then I saw sparkles, which is really weird because sparkles came up for Capricorn, and I have literally no idea why. I'm like, it just like sparkles. I'm like, okay. But to me, sparkles, so that's stars again, the stars sparkle, and also kind of creating an atmosphere. So if you're someone, I mean, I think about around where I live, which is the northeastern U.S. In the winter, it gets dark early, and lots of times businesses will have like white Christmas lights, like sparkly Christmas lights, and it just creates this really cool atmosphere. Um, and so it may be, I don't know, where you're planning, or maybe you want to put some of those just in your own home, just for cool mood lighting. I don't know. I see you jazzing up your space and making it more interesting and fun. Okay, so that's all I got for the channeling. Nice positive stuff. These bottom cards here. Where's my here it is. I have an incense stick to use as a pointer. So this is the energy, the underlying energy, the energy you're bringing in from 2020. And no, it hasn't all been bad. And then these are more overall general and spiritual lessons. This is career, and that top row is going to be for romance. So what are we coming in the year with? The Hierophant. Well, that sure makes sense. I mean, the Hierophant, the Hanged Man. We've all been in a collective state of suspension and hurry up and wait and stuck, and really had to sit with things this year. Whether it's how flexible our work is or not, how, if we even kept our jobs, working from home, schooling, having to be flexible and creative, and everything that this year has brought to us, financial issues, and then, of course, our home life. There is no, for a lot of people, if you're working from home, if you've been skirting around issues or dancing around issues or just not dealing with things because you can just go out the door in the morning, go to work, go to the gym, and minimize the time you're around someone, that was taken away for a lot of people. So it doesn't have to be good or bad, but you've really had to perhaps address things that were being swept under the carpet, or it keeps coming. You may be, excuse me, ripping up carpet. Home renovations coming strong for you. Now, the Hangman says, you have a few choices here. If you get strung up and you're stuck somewhere where maybe you don't want to be, or you feel like nothing's happening, you're not moving forward, you're being held back, you could be pissed. You could sit there and be pissed and blame everyone else and struggle and spend a lot of energy doing things that will not change or help the situation. Or you can think, well, this is not ideal, but I always say I never have enough time at home, enough time with my family, enough time to get things done around the house. Fill in the blank. Why don't I actually put my action into what my mouth says and use this time wisely? Oh, and this, maybe I need to try to shift my perspective so I'm not sitting here just angry and making everyone miserable, including myself, and look at this from many different ways and try to, I don't know, figure out a different thing other than this is convenient and I don't like it and it's in my way. And that, of course, brings about a shift in perspective and enlightenment. That's what this light is referring to, is, oh my God. And it can be really far reaching shift in perspective that can really change all of your relationships, your goals, your focus, what's important. It's a little bit of a hermit energy. So let's see what else we got here. This gorgeous Queen of Pentacles, making your house a home. She's an excellent manager. She keeps everything organized. She's got a hold on her finances. She's working the finances to figure out how to make things work within the lifestyle she wants. She may work from home. This energy, she's a decorator. She can run a business. She makes sure she has all the supplies. Everyone's trained. Everyone has a good space. Slow and steady wins the race. She just makes things happen, but it's also the more feminine side of the Pentacles, again, which is that the feeling. You walk into some people's houses and it's sterile and just, I don't know, the vibe is just kind of, there's no personality in it, and this energy, even whether it's your style or not, you feel at home in this house. You feel this person's personality and presence, and it's like a warm hug. You just feel comfortable there. So you may be at some point this year visiting, maybe you start seeing someone new, you're visiting, getting to know their family, or together the two of you are creating a home together, really creating a home. Maybe you've just been living together and living in a space, and this year you're going to really make it your home together. Now we do have this Four of Cups. For me, this Four of Cups is about just being in a funk, being focused on the wrong things. I mean, this could be what the Hanged Man has you changing. Because if you look on this side, look at this bowl is just sending out all this fire and inspiration and interest, and these she's just kind of done with. So it's you can't necessarily point to anything exactly, but something's just not right. You're not fulfilled, and you've gotten to the point where you're maybe going through the emotions, going the grind, the get up, and there's something that actually needs to stop here and shift your attention and start focusing on what's important. And if you see this is being given to her. There's a hand. Someone's extending a hand, a helping hand, and you're ignoring it. You're looking in the wrong direction. So if someone does come in with this lucky break, make sure you're not focusing on the wrong things. I mean, the shift in perspective is really if you continue with this and not slip back into patterns when things start moving forward, I don't think you will miss that. Yeah, because here we have, this is a shift in thoughts, a shift in perspective. The Knights bring about change. This is in the Suit of Swords, which is thoughts, a change in thinking, because there'll be a lot of thinking going on. Looks like he's running and he's going to jump on that motorcycle and take off. So some of you may leave, some of you may flee, some of you may finally come to the realization that what you have right now is not what you want and will take off. I kind of see, right, one or the other, either transforming what you do have or or going in a completely different direction. And I feel like it may happen that quickly. Like this realization will come in and then you're either on board or you're not. You're out of there. Let's see what's going on. Excuse me. In the career, Seven of Cups, having the Seven of Cups, it's a very creative energy. It's necessary. You'll hear, oh, you're thinking scattered. You have all these ideas, but you can't pick one. You're living in a fantasy world. But it's also that dreamy, daydreaming, thinking time that you need to be able to figure things out in your head and figure out what you do want, where you're headed towards. So it's a necessary, it's not all bad, but it's not some place you can live. But it's right above this Queen of Pentacles. She will bring those thoughts into the material world and make them tangible. She will give the energy to make that transition. Here's the Hierophant. What's your philosophy on life? What's your philosophy about work and work-life balance, and how do you want to work? What kind of company do you want to work for? What's most important? Can you have a balance between hardworking and profit and all those things, but with also having a compassionate environment that cares about its employees as much as the consumer? Can we make that a balance? What's important to you? What's your philosophy? What are your values and guiding principles moving forward? What's this next one? King of Wands. So for me, the King of Wands is inspiring. He's motivated. He's enthusiastic. He's a great leader. So you may want to do something where you motivate people, where you teach people and inspire people and find the best in people and lift them up. Maybe help people take this creativity with this earth energy too and translate it into an entrepreneurial spirit, an actual business. It could be, exercise. It doesn't have to be necessarily a product. It can be, I help people get organized. I help people pick out their brand, so to brand themselves. I help people with their website. I help people, maybe even a counselor or a coach or a teacher. Coming back to that teaching, you have a skill, you have an ability that you may not realize is unique, not everyone has, because it comes so naturally to you, that you can use, that other people would pay you to help them, because not everyone not everyone can do what you do, and that's really an Aquarius thing. You guys have this amazing ability to see opportunities where others don't, and look at things from a way no one else has before, and find that niche and that um, the market and the marketability, and make things work that other people just think, oh, that'll never work, because they just are missing. They're not looking at it from the right perspective. Yeah. Okay. Romance. Ooh, okay, things will be happening fast. If you're single, or sometimes even not, if you may meet someone, and you may be swept up in this person. It could be this someone you meet for work, this King of Wands, this Wands energy. Don't get hung up on gender. But this is passion. This is also things you've put in motion. So if maybe you decide to try online dating, it's like the first person you meet is going to be the one, or something, and you're just go, whoa, wait, I didn't wait. This, you just feel a little bit like, wait, this is happening too fast. And yeah, so it can feel a little, I feel it connected to work as well. So you may meet someone at work, and maybe maybe somehow they bring you a lot of clientele. Um, Maybe you leave and start your own business, uh, instead of working for the man, because this can be the man, the tradition, institutions, bureaucracy, things like that. Um, because maybe you can do things cheaper or a little different, do the changes that you wanted to do at your job that maybe you weren't allowed to do. And you're able to actually take all these thoughts that you had at your previous job, and actually implement them, and it's being really well received. Four of Swords. So unlike the Four of Cups, where the person is kind of in a more mundane, superficial, kind of bored, I'm not really happy, I don't really know what I want, but I don't really want what I have. It's just kind of a overall funk. The Four of Swords is meditation, it's healing. It's very, so that it's kind of like the mini star card, the minor star card, because it's all about healing, and getting your mindset right, getting your head wrapped around things right, taking a break when you need a break, meditating, clearing your head, and being allowing. It's a receptive, it's allowing. It's not trying to force things, it's not putting too many expectations into something. It's a very chill energy, and I like it in the romance category, because if things had been complicated, right? I guess that's what people say. Um, this new one will not be complicated. You guys are swimming in the same direction. Knight of Swords again. This person may be not your quote unquote type, whatever that means. Some people do very specifically have a type, or have certain qualities that they find important. And this person will check all the important boxes. The similar values, similar work ethics, similar philosophy on life, similar ways they want to live in the home, what's important. You guys just click. You think the same way in a lot of ways. And in that, it may be someone who's different than your normal type. And And that's okay. So maybe you think, well, it's really important for me to have someone that has a good education because I like to think and read and discuss things and I value education. Maybe this person is an artist and their education is not traditional. Their education doesn't necessarily fit into a university setting, a traditional one. So it doesn't mean they're not intelligent. It doesn't mean they're not um, well read in whatever areas they're interested in. It's just different. And I think you will be like, oh yeah, that was superficial. You're going to realize you were being superficial and you're so glad you're not being that way anymore. So a lot of that great Aquarian energy, finding the opportunity in things other people can't see, really doing a lot of thinking, but this is deep thinking this year. This isn't superficial thinking. This is at a deeper level and really affecting some significant change in your life. And your life may look very different when you're leaving 2021. You may be living with someone different, living somewhere different. You may be working from home. You may have changed your career somehow. And I feel like you're going to be more in charge and more motivated and happy about life in general because you dared to make these changes and shift your perspective and shift your thinking, and a whole new set of possibilities have opened up for you. So thank you, Aquarius. It looks like an amazing reading. I want to be an Aquarian right now. Take care.